welcome back. Played more. Also done a little bit of modding. As you can tell. I think I'm pretty much in the home stretch of the game. My map is explored as fuck for the most part. Got all the settlements unlocked and developed. Except for a couple that come in story. That one. I could probably do a little bit more exploring here later. But pretty much all I've got left is the main quests for the factions, vaults, and yeah. So, I'm gonna start off with this, because this is where I was. We're gonna do some Brotherhood of Steel stuff. What do we got? It's called Show No Mercy. Got a new paint job for my armor as well. Can't see it really, but... Wow, the fog is serious business right now. Wow, we got down here real fucking fast. What the hell? This is the airport terminal. Brotherhood of Steel is already operating there. Parking garage. That's Paladin Dance, by the way. You couldn't tell.
Target acquired. I'll try and keep him in your sights.
Mutant Behemoth. Oh, there he is.
Primary target down. Look at that thing, please. I'm gonna find a place to set her down and then hightail it back to the Prism for repairs.
I'm level 78 now, by the way. Well, let's just keep rolling. I'm now a god of charisma and luck, basically. I don't want to land. What are we landing? Why is he not taking like any damage? Fucking super mutant legendary. Ow. Can I like get out? Kill him? Alright. Oh, come on, just fucking die. Nice machete, I guess. Alright. Why does he have so much random shit? Fucking ladle. I also got a mod to highlight, not really highlight, but things like bobbleheads and magazines glow so I don't miss them. because I don't really need anything else at this point. I've got all the settlements and I've developed them all. I don't need all the random scraps for crafting. So I'm gonna keep it all very straightforward from here on out. Woo! And fucking finish this goddamn game. Alrighty, here we go.
This area seems to be in disarray.
Wish a buckethead would show up.
Dan says some really stupid shit sometimes. Like, it seems like nobody's been here in generations. And, like, there are clearly people walking around right now. I leveled a lot into my stealth, by the way. Real strong. The stealth, I think the stealth, stuff is overpowered, honestly. Because I don't trigger any traps anymore. Running doesn't even reveal me. It's ridiculous. Holotape it is.
Word came down that the army just unloaded the first batch of the M42s this morning.
Is that the whole tape? Couldn't have been. Just got cut off and stopped. Give me that moldy food. No, don't. Legendary. Come on. Is that him? Totally is. Time to do this the good way. Don't leave! And there he is. The fucking apocalypse over there. I think he's crippled as fuck. Oh, he's dead. Oh. Alright. I don't know what his body did. What was I doing here again? I don't really know. Shit, fucking 4 mini nukes in there? That was good.
This area's obviously been abandoned for quite some time.
Yeah, like that. What the fuck is he even talking about?
Nice.
Buh. Give me that whiskey. Give me that safe.
Sweet.
Judging from the amount of dust present,
General Brock. As of today, command at Fort Strong is passed to me. I'm looking forward to helping the U.S. Army test some of its experimental weapons at our facility. I've already had the men preparing the island for testing operations by tearing down the old barracks and constructing Simulation Town. Since we'll be fighting the enemy on an urban front, I think it's the best way to test these weapons is by seeing how well they'll punch through civilian structures. We've been testing the new batch of T-51B power armor suits that the Army Corps of Engineers has just rolled off the assembly line. I'm impressed with the amount of protection they afford our soldiers. yet allow them a great deal of mobility. I've noticed that the soldiers are still having trouble jumping in these things. Because of the suit's weight, they often tip over on hard landings. Had the maintenance boy look at it, and they're suggesting adding gyroscope and shock absorber to the lower torso. I'll pass it up to the chain and see if we can get Washington to spend the extra money it'll cost for the modification. Things are starting to heat up overseas, so Washington is pushing us to cut our project turnaround times in half. I told them that would be dangerous, but it seems like we don't have much choice. Decided to split my staff into Alpha Team and Bravo Team so we can work on 2 projects at the same time. The manpower will be reduced, but I'm convinced that we'll still be able to maintain our new schedule. We're going to put Alpha Team on power armor and Bravo on the new M42 Fat Man launchers. Alpha Team just shipped out the first batch of T-51B suits to the front in China. Reports are already coming in, the suits are performing better than expected, chewing through enemy tanks and armor like they were paper. Word has it that some of the enemy troops are even surrendering when they catch sight of the power armor troops hauling their 5mm mini-cut 55mm. This will be some big bullets. Looks like the Alpha Team has earned themselves a weekend pass in Boston. Bravo Team's having a heck of a time getting the M42s to not to shoot far enough away from its firing position. The problem is that the warhead is still too heavy to fire from the distance required. Our simulated soldiers are still soaking far too many rads and suffering blast burns. One of the technicians has suggested a radical idea of using a conventional depleting subcharge to catapult the round rapidly out of the launcher. His calculations look sound, so I'm going to let him give it a try. After a few design setbacks and the loss of one of our testing squads, we finally perfected the M42 launcher's firing mechanism. Washington has been writing for me to wrap this project up, but with this weapon this potent, I was inclined to take my time. We've sent the launchers ahead to the supply yard in Mississippi. We were just waiting for the go-ahead to ship the warheads whenever they needed to go. Hopefully we can get those nukes out of here before the month is out. I don't feel comfortable sleeping 20 feet above enough nukes to reduce the island to ash.
It's safe to assume we're the first people to investigate this location in quite a while.
Thanks for that. Mini nuke. Do. Mini nuke your mother. Nice. Blue skies. 820.
There isn't much left to properly.
What am I doing in here anyway? I have to find it to secure the armory, I guess. But where is it? Armory sounds like something that would be downstairs. Hey, there's an elevator. And it's here. Coming, mister? I have a lightsaber too, by the way. But it's a melee weapon, so I don't really care to use it. So check out the shirt. Best. Fucking pizza, ugly holiday sweater. Oh, hello, Paladin Dance.
I'd just leave that if I were you.
Shut the fuck up. Don't judge me. Anyone down here?
So boring.
Yes.
Getting hungry.
Guy sounds like a fucking orc, straight up. Let's do this.
Can't hide forever. What's that?
I think he shot a rocket right as that grenade landed. Oops.
Yeah, human.
Pop. 73%, it misses. Whatever. Eat a dick. Let me do a sweep through here, because there may be... Oh, man. Whoa. Components of fucking mini nukes. That's pretty cool. This room is not very exciting. It's supposed to be the armory. Huh. Just random arm up there.
Oh, so I'd like to take a moment for something.
A computer! Bravo team testing terminal. Things are getting tough around here. Brock has decided to split our men into 2 teams. I drew one of the short straws, so I ended up on the M42 Fat Man launcher team, while most of my buddies are sitting pretty upstairs with the T-51B suits. I can't even begin to describe what a ridiculous idea the M42 is. A man-portable mini-nuke thrower that the trooper in the field is supposed to deploy at close range. I've been poring over the schematics, and I have no idea how we're going to get this thing to throw a warhead far enough to not kill the soldier unlucky enough to be stuck with these death traps. We've stripped the warhead weight down as much as possible, but I think we're looking at this the wrong way. Instead of trying to reduce the warhead weight, I should try and amp up the power on the thrower itself. I know that means adding weight to the already heavy piece of ordnance, but I don't think we have any choice. One of the guys suggested we try magnetics to push the warhead through like a railgun, but the power pack would need to be the size of a suitcase. I'll keep picking away at this problem and see if I can turn up. We lost 2 good soldiers this morning. They were on the surface testing the MIRV variant of the launcher, when one of the warheads misfired and hit the ground right where they were standing. Poor bastards didn't even have a chance. We couldn't even find any remains to send home to their folks, so Brock told us to just fill some cans with sand. I'll tell you, that guy doesn't give a crap about us. He's just worried about the brass back in Washington giving him a hard time. I was in bed last night. I heard one of those eureka moments. I ran over to the night shift and the guys in the lab. I ran over to the night shift guys in the lab. Swept all their drawings on the floor and started sketching my idea. Must have thought I lost my mind. 6 hours and 14 cups of coffee later, and I had it all mapped out. Used a small subcharge as a launching catalyst to catapult the warhead from the launcher. We'd have plenty of range, and subcharge could be built into the warhead itself. Brock seemed to like the plan and gave us the go-ahead prototype of the device. Can't wait to try it out. It took the better part of a year and over 100 test firings, but the M42 is ready to be shipped out in the field. I can't believe I spent over a year on this single project. Feel pretty good knowing we're delivering the well-tested weapon to our own guys fighting overseas. Now that it's over, I suppose Brock will move us on to something else. But for now, we're going to spend the rest of the month packing up these warheads to ship off base. That's kind of fun. Lore to one of the most ridiculous weapons ever. This thing right here sure is radioactive. So, is that it? Down here? Speak to Paladin Dance. Can I leave him upstairs? Okay. Weird. Paladin Dance, come here.
Dance?
Look at this place. You must hate these mutants as much as I do.
Absolutely. Wiping them out was a pleasure.
I wish all of mankind shared your sentiment. These monstrosities are just another example of man blindly taking a step forward, only to wind up stumbling 2 steps back. I've been fighting for years, trying to put a stop to this madness. And just when I thought we were getting the upper hand, along come the synths. I've seen what these super mutants do to people. Can you imagine what the synths would do to us if they ever got the upper hand? It would be Armageddon repeated, and maybe the end of everything that we hold dear. Look, I don't mean to bore you with my rhetoric. I just want you to
I agree with a
understand
lot of his
how
points, and
important
honestly,
these
Dance is
missions
a
are.
really noble guy, despite.
Don't
I
apologize.
fucking hate
It
super
reminds me
mutants,
why I'm doing
but there are
this.
synths
Thank
that
you,
aren't
brother.
fucking evil.
It's good to know you're taking my advice to heart. Anyway, that's enough of that. What's important here is that you got the job done and secured these warheads. You should head back up to the Prydwen and talk to Maxon. I'm sure he'll want to debrief you as soon as possible. Dismissed.
She's gone. Where'd you go? Dance! Dance! Textures. There we are. There's a lot of rooms up here, somehow. I think that guy have a red dress in his footlocker. It's weird. I guess the only way up here is to jump up. Huh. Where the hell did Dance go? Anyway, back to the Prydwen. Is this fog ever gonna let up? Jesus. What does it want me to get on that for anyway? I don't know.
If you're looking for another safe.
Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
What happens at Fort Strong now?
Paladin Dance is supervising the transfer of the Fat Man warheads to the Prydwen. They'll provide quite an edge to our arsenal. I've also ordered a detachment to occupy the location, and use it as a staging area to protect the eastern side of the airport. All in all, you handed us quite a valuable location.
It was an honor fighting for the Brotherhood.
I'm glad you feel that way, because our mission here has only just begun. In order to bring the Institute to its knees, we need to use every weapon at our disposal. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. That's why I'm giving you these. Signal grenades can call a vertibird to your location when you need aerial transport.
That's
Simply throw one to
random.
the ground, and the vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnetic smoke it emits. Once you're aboard, use the map on your Pip-Boy to interface with the pilot's navigation system, so he'll be able to take you wherever you need.
Thank you, Elder. I'll make good use of them.
I expect that you will. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort Strong was simply the first step towards the liberation of the Commonwealth. An even greater task lies ahead. You're not getting another assignment until Fort Strong has been secured.
Excuse me, Elder Maxon.
I can't talk right now. I have a lot on my mind.
The fuck just happened at the end of that conversation? Alright,
I'm too busy to speak right now.
okay. I guess that's it for now. On to the next thing. I'm gonna go help, the railroad next, I believe. Ta-ta.